Sumi could tell you lots, but she lives in Colorado now. We moved up to Colorado, and she met her husband there, and she stayed there. So.
You weren't separated from your families during the camps, were you?
Well,
my two sisters left camp to go to work in
they
Chicago.
went to Chicago.
So it's just me and my mother in the camp after a couple of years, I guess.
Well, but you hung around with your friends most of the time, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, like I said, you know, you had your friends, and in the morning you go and have your breakfast, and then, you know, you play the rest of the day practically.
Well, we had school.
Oh, yeah, we had school, but not at the very beginning.
Grade school, middle school, and then high school.
And they had some Caucasian teachers that were willing to come to the camps to teach.
The one teacher I had came from Boston. She and a friend.
During the sorry.
Go ahead.
During the camps, like, was everything like, did you guys go to school every day and like do like a normal day, or what was different?
It was like a normal day. What you said? Yeah, it was like a normal day.
At school 5 days a week. I left camp when I came out here. I started as a junior out here in high school, University High School, West LA.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
After the war, when you came back from camp, how did you get back? And was there anybody to take care of you, or did you have anybody to move in with, or a place to go when you came back?
My first stop was at someone had set up a hostel.
Like a
basically bed, place to sleep, place to eat. Well, and many, I guess many of them found jobs. This one was in East LA, and then after a period of time moved to West LA. In the same situation, a Japanese couple run into this hostel. Basically.
But the government didn't give you any assistance as far as getting you plugged back into society after that. They just got you down here and turned you loose, and it was up to you to.
Like I said, we moved to Colorado, my family. So I guess we knew someone there, or somebody sponsored us. But and when we came back, we had some friends that said we could stay with them for a while. And they had like a avocado field, because this was in Vista. And I think we were staying in sort of like a chicken coop type of situation until we could get set. But yeah, it was pretty rough at the beginning. So.
Does anyone else have any questions?
But the Japanese people, what they say is, you hear the old folks say, it couldn't be helped, huh?
Yeah.
They keep saying that it just couldn't be helped. You make the best of it. You know, like today you see a lot of people there rebelling against the government and everything. You didn't see that with the Japanese people. They just didn't do that. They just said,
well, in this situation here, what are you going to do?
They were allowed to, whoever wanted to, could go back to Japan. They were given the choice. And quite a few people went, huh?
Oh, I don't know how many.
Yeah. They were given their choice. If they wanted to go back, or if they wanted to stay.
After the war?
Uh-huh. They were
put in a camp, Tule Lake, up by, where is that? What's that big lake up there where Dawn and Elaine live? Lake Tahoe.
Lake Tahoe?
just one more. Do you feel that as 70 years has passed, that the government has now taken a position? Do you think that they've adequately addressed that they did you wrong back then, or that there
Well,
would
there
have been
was
a
an
better way to do
apology,
it?
you know,
Yes.
and then there was also reparation.
Yes. Do you think that was adequate?
A lot of people think that it wasn't, but then there, it was, you know, what can you do about it?
Yeah.
Well, even now, the blacks feel like they should get reparation because they came here as slaves. But, I don't know. You know, you lost your, most of the, like, my family lost their farm, but,
Mhm.
you know, and my father wasn't here to collect his 20 or whatever it was. So, but I don't think anyone expected either, so
Mhm.
I think it was okay.
What did you get from the reparation?
I think it was 20,000.
Hmm.
Back in the 70s?
80s, was that?
It was when Reagan was president,
Oh.
is when it happened. That would be in the 80s.
So,
No, that's not much for taking, what, 4 years
4 years,
of your
yeah.
life, and
And all the
losing all your possessions,
Right, but,
and,
you know,
and living under those conditions for all those years.
Well, the bad thing was that it was done against citizens.
yeah, because,
Yes.
like, we were born here,
Yes.
so we were American citizens.
Our parents were not, because the
They were not allowed to be.
Orientals at that time were not allowed to become citizens.
But you see, our parents came here with a visa. Is that what they came here with?
Whatever they had.
My parents, my mother had to take a physical, and when she didn't pass the physical the first time, she had to make sure that she was okay before she could come here. I mean, she didn't come, you know, like today, so many of the people come over the border, or, you know, however else they get here, but she had permission to come here, and yet she didn't get her citizenship until what, 55?
Early 50s.
35 years or so after. She wasn't allowed to. So consequently, she couldn't own any property or anything.
Well, all the Orientals were not allowed.
Yeah, all of everyone. So there was a lot of injustice, but, you know, this is a young country, only what, 200 years old, whatever it is. And
After 9/11, there was a lot of um, hysteria and suspicion of anybody who was Arabic that they might be terrorists.
yeah,
Did you relate to maybe see a similarity between the two situations? And
well,
For me, no, not really. I mean, life just kind of went on as it was.
yeah, I didn't,
But there were signs of it. Down on Broadway,
Mhm.
May Company
Yeah.
had a big sign up on the front of the door saying "No Japs allowed."
oh, that
Really?
was, oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
oh, yeah. No, we had a lot more prejudice at that time than today.
There's some Koreans and Chinese
Oh, they used to
walking
say
around with something on
that there.
that they weren't Japanese, or that I'm Chinese or I'm Korean or whatever.
So that they wouldn't have, you know, because of skin color, they wouldn't be,
It wasn't the color so much; it was the appearance.
yeah, the appearance, so they would not be looked at on as Japanese. So, but there'll always be prejudice. There'll always be.
I was telling the kids on the way over here, when you moved into the neighborhood, that there was a gentleman that lived down the street that, I don't remember this because I was too little, but circulated a petition among the neighbors to keep the Japs out of the neighborhood, to not allow you to move in. And I was like, I didn't learn this till many years later,
Yeah.
but I was shocked at that.
Well,
and
it was in some of the,
You remember Nellie?
Nellie Bogner?
Yeah.
Yes.
She was telling us that Mrs. Viner
Uh-huh.
said that we shouldn't mix races here.
Oh.
And Nellie come back and said, "What do you think we already have?"
yeah.
They became real good friends with us.
Mhm.
Because after Mrs. Viner died, Mr. Viner went into the Jewish home,
Uh-huh.
and he came and stopped by a couple times to visit.
Well, actually, that's the best way, is when you get to know a person, you don't see color, you see the person for what they are, and not as a race or anything, so.
The little cul-de-sac that we live in Northridge, almost every house has a different heritage, religion, ethnicity. It's like you could not get a better melting pot than our little cul-de-sac.
And do you get along well?
Everybody gets along.
Yeah, yeah. So, I think it's good that your kids are raised that way. So,
When I grew up in this neighborhood, there were mostly white people, um, but some were Catholic, some were Jewish,
and there
and
was,
some were Protestant.
and there were,
And that was about the only divisions, really. Um, but the whole area has evolved slowly into
it's
much
still
more.
mostly whites here.
Well, right here in this neighborhood. The valley as a whole, though, has really just become a big blend.
Well, this couple next door, they're from Israel.
Really?
Yeah. They're on the young side. He's a contractor of some sort. I don't know what she does.
Well, I thought that at one time I would like to live in Gardena, but he said no. He says he'd rather be in an integrated area. And so the reason that we moved here is because at that time Kester was rated very high.
Oh, yeah.
And, at that time we were mostly concerned about our children's education.
Now, when you moved in here, had John been born yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was starting first grade.
He was starting first grade.
Or
when you moved in.
kindergarten. Kindergarten.
Can't remember. Couldn't remember. And then you had the other two.
Three.
Three.
But at that time, Van Nuys High was rated very high, scholastically. Our kids went to the school of their choice.
So we moved here with two kids,
Yeah,
Oh.
Julie was
about three.
3. Yeah.
I think we've been here the third longest.
Wow.
Are your
Your
parents
mom and
still
dad
awake?
have been here since the early 50s, right?
They moved in 1953, about a week before I was born. And my birthday's on Sunday, and I'm going to be 59.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
So that's 59 years they've been here. The tract was built in 1951, so I don't know of anybody who's been here longer.
I think this house was built in the late 40s.
Really?
46,
Late
47.
47, somewhere around there.
Really?
I still talk to Nellie. Nellie's 92.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she still live here?
She
No.
lives in
Rancho Cucamonga.
Rancho Cucamonga. But she's very sick now. But she's
You know Francie.